Hi friends, today we are going to discuss how to select the optional subject. Before we start, uh, it is not necessary, I guess, to reiterate the importance of this decision, that is selecting the optional. Uh, it is there for the 500 marks. You have to select one subject, and that subject will have two papers. For example, if you are having history as your optional, then paper one will be ancient and medieval India, and paper two will be medieval Indian world history. So like that, every subject is divided into two papers of 250 marks each. GS and essay is given to you, right? Means uh, it is compulsory for all, but optional is a choice. So it's very important uh, to make a right choice. But before we start, I would like to reiterate a very important concept. I always feel that rather than selecting the optional should evolve. That you should follow a certain process, and at the end of that process, the optional should be right. Means it should evolve right before your eyes. So that's what we are going to do. Um, I guess this is one of the most really chaotic decisions that students normally make when they start preparing for UPSC. uh, they must be hearing कि अभी इस साल ये ऑप्शनल चल रहा है. मतलब कभी हिस्ट्री चलता है, कभी ज्योग्राफी चल रहा होता है, कभी साइकोलॉजी होता है, कभी पपैड होता है, कभी एंथ्रो होता है, एंड लाइक दैट. तो ये ऑप्शनल चल रहा है. That's always the biggest discussion in the town, as they say. लेकिन जस्ट at the start itself, let me highlight one fact. Let's assume, मतलब आई थिंक दिस इज अ मिथ कि ऑप्शनल चल रहा है, बट फिर भी चलो लेट्स assume दैट सच में कोई ऑप्शनल चल रहा है. बट देन देयर इज अनदर फैक्ट दैट वी शुड रिमेंबर कि ऑप्शनल जब चलता है तो 1 2 साल 3 साल तक ही चलता है, राइट? एंड इफ यू स्टार्टिंग योर प्रिपरेशन राइट नाउ, and maybe you will be giving your mains 2 years or 3 years down the line. So whether you are knowing कि अभी जो ऑप्शनल चल रहा है वो 2 3 साल के बाद भी चलेगा, nobody knows that, right? So ये ऑप्शनल चल रहा है इसलिए मैं वो ले रहा हूँ. That's it's not necessarily a very logical thing to do. Some people say that I'm going to choose this subject because it's a scoring subject. I want a subject which is having the maximum GS weightage. I want a subject which is having a short syllabus. Means people come to me, for example, number of times and they say कि sir, I'm going to choose this subject because उसका syllabus short है. आपको मालूम है कि सिलेबस जो शॉर्ट है इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि उसका कंटेंट भी शॉर्ट है. फॉर एग्जांपल द शॉर्टेस्ट सिलेबस यूपीएससी में किसका है मालूम है आपको? जीएस प्रीलिम्स का. और सबसे वेयर और सबसे लंबा सिलेबस किसका है? जीएस प्रीलिम्स का ही है. तो शॉर्ट सिलेबस डजंट नेसेसरली मीन कंटेंट इज आल्सो small. Some people say that because I am from the engineering or technical background, I want to go for a technical subject. Some people say that this is a subject of my graduation and that's why I'm going to have that subject for UPSC as optional. Um some people also try to justify very interesting thing. Some people will say that ultimately I'm going to prepare to get into the civil services. तो मुझे ultimately administration में ही जाना है. So why not I choose public administration as a subject? Uh, some people say that during my school I used to be interested in say history and that's why I'm going to take history. पता ही नहीं होता है कि स्कूल का इंटरेस्ट और हिस्ट्री में जो इंटरेस्ट होगा वो आपको बैटल्स में होगा, किंग्स में होगा, और यूपीसी का हिस्ट्री है वो ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट है. I wanted to know more about the society, so why not go for sociology or optional? My senior from the college has become ISB geography, so maybe I will go for geography. My elder sister cleared with the philosophy, so she will guide me. मुझे अच्छा guidance मिलेगा philosophy का घर से ही, so I will go for philosophy. Or my seniors had told this and senior has told that and what not, right? So there are number of logics that people provide. One of the really interesting logic is that faculty is really good in that subject, and I am having access to that faculty, and that's why I'm going to choose that subject, and etc. etc. So I think all these different logics create sort of chaos. And believe me, if you ask me that what is the biggest reason for the failure of the most successful candidates in UPSC, I'm saying serious candidates, the people who are going to slog it out really hard for 1 or 2 years. Uh, I think the biggest, the most important reason is wrong selection of the optional. There are a number of people who are not in the list because of the wrong selection of the optional. There are few people who might have been into the IS, but maybe they into some inferior service because they have chosen wrong optional. Ask me, what is the most important reason uh, for some people not to get into the final list or to get inferior service? मतलब वो IS में जा सकते थे लेकिन वो कोई दूसरी सर्विस में गए. इसका वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट रीजन है रॉन्ग सिलेक्शन ऑफ द ऑप्शनल. और ये रॉन्ग सिलेक्शन क्यों हो जाता है? बिकॉज पीपल रादर देन फॉलोइंग स्पेसिफिक प्रोसेस, they they choose the optional depending on their whims, and they use these logics which we have discussed, right? There are so many weird logics that has evolved over the period of the time. So मेरे ख्याल से आपको ऑप्शनल सिलेक्शन की रियलिटी मैं बताना चाहता हूँ. You have to always remember that UPSC is a big business, right? And coaching classes all over India, they will try to promote their own optionals. That is one big problem. And second thing is the UPSC post holders also number of times they are not being rational enough to understand that when they are guiding the people, they consider their personal choices or personal styles or personal strategies should be followed universally by everyone. So that's a big problem, right? तो number of times ऐसा हो सकता है कि some girl has got into the IS, but not necessarily she will guide generation of aspirants. तो वो गलत गाइडेंस मेरे ख्याल से देते हैं. तो ये दो चीजें हैं, right? And the third thing is obviously the students, majority of the aspirants, when they start preparing for the UPSC, they are not rational enough. So that's another big issue. To understand this point, right? There is a big confusion about optional selection. Let's surprise ourselves, right? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you optional subjects of All India Rank 1 for the last 5-6 years. क्या थे देखिए. इस साल का जो प्रदीप सिंह हरियाणा का लड़का जो ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1 है उसका पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है. And if you go in the market and if you ask the people, then people are going to tell you that public administration's heydays are over. Public administration भी चलता नहीं है. In 2018, Kanishk Katria got All India Rank 1 with mathematics as the optional. If you go to seniors and ask them, then they will say कि mathematics skills, mathematics में कोई पास नहीं होता है. Mathematics 2000 में लोग क्लियर करते थे. 2017 topper was having anthropology. 2016 topper was having Kannada literature. 2015 topper was having political science. 2014 topper was having geography. 2013 economics था. अभी आपको मालूम है out of these 6-7 subjects, maybe there are few All India Rank 1. I will not name anybody, but they are very active on the social networking and they are very good in public speaking, etc. तो ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होता है ना कि सम टॉपर जो होते हैं वो बहुत पॉपुलर हो जाते हैं और वो पॉपुलर टॉपर्स के ऑप्शनल भी पॉपुलर हो जाते हैं इंटरेस्टिंगली. एट द सेम टाइम कुछ क्लास वाले जो होते हैं दे आर वेरी स्मार्ट इन देयर बिजनेस. सो इफ समहाउ दे गेट अ स्टूडेंट एंड हु इज एबल टू गिव गुड इंटरव्यूज जो लोगों को अच्छा लगता है सुनने में, तो वो उसका अच्छी तरीके से यूज कर सकते हैं, राइट? एंड मतलब 4-5 साल पहले भी ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1 अगर कोई होता है तो आज भी लोग उसका यूज कर सकते हैं. दिस इज रियलिटी. यू कैन सी दैट देयर आर डाइवर्स ऑप्शनल्स है, राइट? इन द लास्ट 7-8 इयर्स अगर आप देखते हो तो एवरी ईयर ऑप्शनल ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1 का अलग अलग है. तो हम व्हाई वी शुड बिलीव ना कि ये ऑप्शनल चलता है या वो ऑप्शनल नहीं चलता है, ये छोटा है ये बड़ा है एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. इफ यू गो 2013 से पहले भी आज चले गए. मैं 2013 से मैं ले रहा हूँ बिकॉज 2013 से एक ऑप्शनल का एरा स्टार्ट हो गया, उससे पहले 2 ऑप्शनल का एरा था. But then also you will see people are having medical science and history and philosophy and sociology and whatnot. So why these people are having so many different optionals? Because I personally think that they follow a certain process. So what is that process? That process is a 5-step strategy. मेरे ख्याल से आपको फॉलो करनी है to reach an informed and rational decision. we have to take this decision when we are not fully aware of all the facets of the exam, right? This is just the beginning of our preparation, and you have to take one of the most important decisions. So don't rush into this decision, right? So don't take this decision at the beginning. And why you want to rush basically, right? आपके आपके सामने issue क्या है? आपके सामने issue है कि मुझे मुझे whatever time you are having on a day-to-day basis, if your hands are full with GS studies, तो आपको ऑप्शनल सिलेक्ट करने की जरूरत क्या है ना, इमीडिएटली फॉलो प्रोसेस। 15 दिन के बाद अगर आपको ऑप्शनल चूज हो जाता है तो कुछ इश्यू नहीं है, ठीक है। 15 दिन आप बोलोगे कि अरे मेरा टाइम वेस्ट जा रहा है, क्यों टाइम वेस्ट जा रहा है ना, आपके पास जितना टाइम है आप जीएस के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो डोंट रश। व्हाट इज फर्स्ट स्टेप? फर्स्ट स्टेप इज टू चेक द इंक्लिनेशन। How to check inclination? I will suggest that you already start preparing for the GS, right? So you will be introduced to a variety of the optional subjects like history, geography, PAPAD, political science, sociology. So when you will be reading these topics from the GS point of view, automatically they will help you to determine your inclination to a particular subject. Obviously, during this time, you will also talk with the faculties. For example, right now I'm talking with you. You can talk with your friends, other faculties, with seniors, etc. Right? So obviously, you will get more and more information about the different optional subject. आप मन में ये मत सोचो कि मेरा यही ऑप्शनल है, मतलब 10 years ago I have saw a dream that I'm going to have public administration is my optional and that's why I'm going to have that optional. तो आप वैसा मत करो. Talk with a number of people. So you might have a certain subject for graduation as well, right? For example, I personally is engineer, तो engineering का मेरा I'm instrumentation engineer. So instrumentation engineering is not there for UPSC as an option. Might be a mechanical engineer, maybe BSc Maths or maybe BA History. So maybe for some the subject for graduation, they must have inclination towards it. But because of all these things, right? Basically, there are three facets. There are three important dimensions that you can have. So you will incline towards some subjects, right? So list them down. Maybe there must be 3 or 4 subjects towards which you might be having an inclination. और inclination क्यों है? इसके लिए मेरे ख्याल से कुछ भी हो सकता है. Because I am interested in some subject in schools, and because of that I think that this should be my optional subject. ठीक है, आप लिख लो आपका inclination है. Maybe किसी सीनियर ने आपको बताया कि ये स्कोरिंग है, ठीक है, ओके ग्रेट. व्हाई नॉट टू हैव स्कोरिंग सब्जेक्ट ना, अगर कोई बता रहा है तो ठीक है, मेरा इंक्लिनेशन मैं चेक करता हूँ. तो लाइक दिस, वॉट एवर सब्जेक्ट यू फील लाइक इंक्लाइन टू, आप लिस्ट डाउन कर सकते हो. दैट्स द स्टेप 1. बट इंक्लिनेशन डजंट मीन इंटरेस्ट. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट, राइट? इंक्लिनेशन मतलब I might like that, and interest is I'm really liking it, right? So how to check the interest? That's the most important thing now. That's the second step for us, right? Let's assume hypothetically that I am interested in say 4 subjects A, B, C, D. Right? So for every subject, what you have to do, you have to take the basic source which is used by UPSC aspirants to prepare for that optional subject, right? तो आपको उसका बेसिक सोर्स लेना है, और बेसिक सोर्स में से आपको 4 चैप्टर पढ़ने हैं. While reading those 4 chapters, if you really get bored, throw that book away and throw that subject away as well. Whatever might be the reason behind inclination towards that subject. But after reading 4 chapters, if you are bored, don't touch that subject again. But if you feel like reading more, if you feel like exploring that subject, तो आप कह सकते हो कि आपको उस सब्जेक्ट में इंटरेस्ट है, राइट? बट ऐसा हो सकता है ना कि दैट आउट ऑफ ABCD, let's assume hypothetically that you are not interested in C and D after reading 4 chapters, but you feel interested in both A and B. अभी ऐसा हो सकता है that you feel more interested in A than B. So does it mean that A is my optional? Why? Because I am having the utmost highest interest in A as compared to B as well as C or D? The answer is not. Out of ABCD, I'm going to eliminate CD because I'm not interested in them. Now I'm left with 2, A and B. Maybe I'm more interested in A. That's not an issue as compared to B. But the point is, B में भी मुझे interest है, right? So I'm just going to check whether I'm interested or not. I'm not going to check that whether I'm more interested in A or B. So I'm going to say here that I'm interested in both A and B, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to the third step. Every subject will be having its own personality. you will be having your own personality as well. तो ये दोनों personality ज्यादा से ज्यादा match होना चाहिए. As far as possible, they should be matching. Obviously, there will always be some point of differences, but what are the point of differences? क्या है exactly? कहाँ gap है? ये आपको मालूम होना चाहिए. So, every subject has its own demand, its own personality, like thinking pattern, like writing style, and presentation techniques. So, when you will be preparing for general studies, when you will be writing few tests, right? तो आपको क्या होगा? तो आपको भी खुद के पर्सनैलिटी के बारे में पता होगा. मीन्स द वे यू आर थिंकिंग, द वे यू आर राइटिंग, द वे यू आर प्रेजेंटिंग योर इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट? So when you are studying for GS means you can explore yourself, right, in a month or so, in 15 days or so. At the same time, during that period, you are making yourself aware of the demands of different subjects. In this particular case, A and B, right? तो A और B के आपको डिमांड आप पता कर रहे हो, आप खुद को इवॉल्व कर रहे हो, खुद को समझ रहे हो, एंड wherever is a perfect match, maybe with A or better match between A or B, maybe that might be your subject. Apart from talking with the people, apart from reading the basic book, आपको previous year's question paper का एनालिसिस करना चाहिए with the help of the syllabus of both A and B सब्जेक्ट के लिए. तो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होता है ना कि आपको एक फील आ जाता है कि व्हाट टाइप ऑफ थिंकिंग पैटर्न एक्सेट्रा विल बी रिक्वायर्ड फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट. फ्यू सब्जेक्ट्स आर वेरी ऑब्जेक्टिव इन नेचर, सम आर फैक्चुअल, सब कुछ एनालिटिकल है, कुछ में एप्लीकेशन ज्यादा रहता है, कुछ में स्टैटिक कंपोनेंट ज्यादा है, कहाँ डायनामिसिज्म ज्यादा है, कुछ सब्जेक्ट्स आर ओपिनिएटेड, राइट? तो अगर आपको ये हर एक सब्जेक्ट की पर्सनैलिटी अगर मालूम होती है, राइट, विद द प्रीवियस ईयर्स क्वेश्चन पेपर्स, तो इट बिकम्स मे बी comfortable for us, right, to find that match. Now, apart from this, you have the step 4 as well. Apart from the personality, you have to also find out about some different miscellaneous patterns as well. For example, what is going to be the medium of your answer writing? For example, if you are writing in Marathi, then maybe you have to choose between history or political science, or maybe to some degree sociology. If you are interested in literature, then maybe literature, other things like that. Right? So medium of answer writing, English अगर आपकी है या हिंदी है तो कुछ इश्यू नहीं है, आप कौन सा भी सब्जेक्ट लिख सकते हो. But there are few subjects which you will not able to write in a vernacular languages. तो आपको थोड़ा सा लिमिट, थोड़ा सा सिलेक्शन पे आपका एंक्रोच आ सकता है. Second is availability of the study material. Frankly speaking, nowadays in this era of information age, study material का availability is not a big issue. After you choose a particular subject, study material आ जाता है यहाँ से वहाँ से, but still you have to look for it, that whether you are having a good study material with you. Availability of the guidance is very important. I will always say that maybe for GS class is required, but for optional not necessarily classes are required. But you require a guidance maybe from some senior. You have to talk with someone personally, or you should not one time or two time, right? There should always be some senior or maybe a faculty with which you can keep on talking, right, about your preparation, whether you are conceptually clear, आप optional में कहाँ तक हो, whether you are getting the hold of the optional or not. So if you're having some senior, then that's great as well. So maybe you can go for a class or maybe for a senior, but there has to be a guidance, right? That's very important. If you don't have any guidance, either a good class or a senior, लेकिन आपको सब्जेक्ट अच्छा लग रहा है, आपको लगता है कि आप ये सब्जेक्ट एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हो, मे बी आपके पास स्टडी मटेरियल भी है, बट इफ देयर इज नो गाइडेंस, पर्सनल गाइडेंस, then I will suggest don't go for that subject. It becomes really chaotic afterwards. Just let me tell you that senior का मतलब ये नहीं है the person has given examination earlier. Senior का मतलब एक ही है. Obviously, exam मतलब means he or she should have given a mains earlier, and he or she should have got very good marks in that subject. Say for example, I want to find a guidance for history, कोई senior मुझे देख रहा है, तो 2010 में अगर कोई पास हो गया, IS भी हो गया ना, तो कुछ फायदा नहीं है, because 2010 और 2020 में history optional has undergone a significant change, every optional has undergone a significant change. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि मेरा बड़ा भाई है and he is preparing for UPSC for 3 years, history उसका optional है, but he's failed in the 3 times in the prelims only, तो guidance नहीं ले सकता मैं उससे. तो मुझे कौन चाहिए, लास्ट ईयर और मे बी लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर, somebody should have cleared with history. I should be knowing that fellow, and that fellow should have got more than 280. अगर ऐसा है, then I'm going to call that person a senior. Weightage of the optional in GS. Personally, I really don't like this criteria, but maybe for many people this is the criteria. लेकिन आप देख सकते हो कि subjects like anthropology, medical science, like public administration to some degree, very popular options. Economics भी आपने देखा, उसमें GS का weightage क्या है? Hardly any weightage is there. Anthropology का zero weightage है, medical science का zero weightage है, but still many people are clearing the exam with this, right? तो मेरे ख्याल से optional का जीएस में अगर वेटेज अगर है, तो दैट्स अ बोनस पॉइंट. दैट शुड नॉट बी द क्राइटेरिया फॉर सिलेक्शन. आफ्टर यू सिलेक्टिंग पर्टिकुलर ऑप्शनल, आपने ज्योग्राफी सिलेक्ट कर दिया है, राइट? तो बोनस है आपको कि प्रीलिम्स में भी अगर 15 क्वेश्चंस आते हैं या मेंस में भी अराउंड 50-60 मार्क्स का आ जाएगा, लेकिन ये बोनस है. बिकॉज दैट पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट इज हैविंग सम वेटेज इन द जीएस, आई एम गोइंग टू चूज दैट सब्जेक्ट. तो ऐसा मत करो आप. ग्रेजुएशन बैकग्राउंड, अगर आपका ग्रेजुएशन का सब्जेक्ट यूपीएससी में अगर है एज ऑप्शनल अवेलेबल, तो देन ऑब्वियसली यू कैन गो फॉर इट, राइट? बट ड्यूरिंग द ग्रेजुएशन यू शुड हैव अ कमांड ओवर दैट सब्जेक्ट. एट द सेम टाइम मे बी ये बाकी भी जो सब्जेक्ट मतलब आपने जो क्राइटेरिया डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, सो दैट ऑल्सो यू शुड हैव लुक फॉर. सम पीपल विल टेल यू दैट इंजीनियर्स के लिए ये सब्जेक्ट अच्छा है, लॉयर्स के लिए ये सब्जेक्ट अच्छा है. उसमें कुछ थोड़ा सी बात हो भी सकती है, बट आई रियली डोंट थिंक दैट शुड बी द क्राइटेरिया, राइट? मींस आई हैव सीन यूपीएससी toppers and for many years now, and really I don't think that there is any connect between the graduation and the optional. If there is someone from medical science, then maybe medical science or anthropology seems to be natural subject, but it doesn't mean that the people who don't have medical science cannot score heavily in anthropology, right? For example, I personally teach history optional, and there is hardly any topper which I guided having BA history as their background. So मेरे ख्याल से it's very difficult to have this one-to-one relation with graduation and optional subject. There is one very technical criteria, but I think you should definitely look for it. If you ask this question to seniors or faculties, they will definitely tell you how much is the traditional and how much is the dynamicness involved in a subject. Number of times क्या होता है ना कि there are few subjects like for example political science which are very dynamic. Paper 2 sociology भी है, बहुत सारा current उसमें होता है, and some people are not very comfortable with it. मतलब I'm not going to say that this is a bad thing. I'm just going to say that you should know the nature of the subject before you choose it. I have seen number of students choosing some subjects जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा current या dynamic portion है, और बाद में they got simply fed up with this. क्यों? क्योंकि GS में तो ये चलता ही रहता है ना, that GS study will never be complete. Whenever something is happening around you, then you have to prepare it. So some people find it very comfortable that at least their optional is traditional in nature. मतलब एक बार पढ़ाई कर दी तो end of the story. मुझे हर दिन ये देखना है कि क्या हो रहा है आजू बाजू और what is the connect with the optional subject. So maybe the traditional nature, if it is there, then it might be helpful as well. But again, this is one of the criteria you have to look for. Apart from this, the importance of the length of the syllabus, which from my point of view is seriously wrong criteria, which is unfound criteria. No doubt there are a few optionals कि जिसमें content थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है as compared to some other subjects, and there are few subjects जिसके लिए content कम है. But you tell me that if अगर seriously अगर ऐसा होता, everybody should have gone for the short, small content options only. Nobody comes here to get any jnana, right? Everybody comes here to become IAS with the minimum of the effort, minimum of the fuss. So ऐसा नहीं है. सीधी सी बात है, देखो कि if you are really interested in a particular subject, तो आपको passion होती है, आपको जुनून होता है, right? You like that subject. तो number of times ऐसा लगता है कि यार ये बहुत बड़ा है, but if you are interested, really interested, तो आपका exploration भी अच्छा हो जाता है. Maybe you will able to grasp the subject easily. टाइम कम जाता है, राइट? मेरे ख्याल से ये सब्जेक्ट छोटा है, ये सब्जेक्ट बड़ा है, ये क्राइटेरिया मत लगाओ. We have seen already. That's why that slide is very important. That All India Rank 1 are having so many diverse options, right? After this miscellaneous criteria of finding about them, then the final step will be the step 5, that is strategies and the concerns. For this, you have to interact personally with at least one senior who got good marks in that subject in the last 1 to 2 years. Watch interviews and read write-ups from the toppers, which are abundantly available on YouTube and under different online platforms. Talk with the faculties as well from whom you are going to take guidance. So these are the 3 ways by which you should fine-tune the strategy. After doing this, list down. The first thing is strategy for preparation until the mains. Right? Before you say that this is my optional, you should be knowing the detailed strategy for preparation, right? Until mains. इसका मतलब क्या कि इसका मतलब है before you say that this is my optional, obviously you should be knowing the syllabus, you should be knowing the sources, you should be knowing कि आपको कितना कंटेंट पढ़ना है, you should be knowing the nature of that subject, डायनामिक है, करंट है, एप्लीकेटिव है, whatever, उसको नॉर्मल टाइम कितना लगता है, उसको रिवीजन कितनी लगती है, और आपको स्ट्रेटेजी मालूम होनी चाहिए, right? If you don't know this, then don't say that I have chosen or this is my subject, right? This is the biggest mistake that the students are going to make in the beginning. Before going through these 5 steps, before listing down the strategy until the mains, they are going to say, 90% people in India are going to say कि ये मेरा optional है. होता क्या है ना कि first we take a decision कि ये मेरा optional है, and then we try to justify it. और हम उसके positive दिखते हैं. Point is that in every subject there are going to be positives, and in every subject there are going to be limitations as well, right? So आपको वो मालूम होना चाहिए कि what are the concerns about that subject in general, right? Because if you are knowing the concern, every subject will have some concerns, right? For every subject, तो आपको concerns मालूम होने चाहिए कि what are the problems one is going to face while preparing for that particular optional. And after knowing the concerns, after listing down the problems, then you can say, yes, this is my optional, because now you hold your optional in a very informed and rational manner, and you also know your own reasons, right? That why you have selected that optional. You're also having your own strategy, not the strategy borrowed from somebody. So if you do that, then I'm sure that you have selected the optional in the right manner, and then you can start your preparation.